Greetings, and welcome back to another day of me playing something random on the Switch. Today it's Dragon Marked for Death. There we go, wasn't connected I guess for a sec. Silly me. Ay. Okay, I'm just gonna kinda screw around, but to give you the background of what's actually happening in the game, all of your people who are like dragon, descended or blessed by dragons or whatever, were totally killed by like a semi-religious like kingdom army. So, you were out of town when it happened, so you come back and like one of the dragon gods pretty much says, "Hey, everybody died and they kidnapped our priestess. Would you like me to give you immense power so that you can kill everyone who ever wronged you?" Which, of course, the answer is yes, otherwise you wouldn't have a video game. And they pretty much turn you into some sort of human, dragon, mechanical hybrid. It's a really cool aesthetic, but the game can be a little difficult. Little pain in the butt. A little obtuse. Like there, when I went to continue to hit the guy, instead I I stopped so I could talk to the dude. But yeah. There's 4 classes. I'm playing the Empress now. She's just kind of an all-around. She deals damage, she attacks pretty quick, she can take some hits. And she can do this. Which drains my special bar very quickly. But what can a guy do? Anyway, this is an escort mission here, and I guess FYI, the other classes are the warrior, who's a big dude. He hits decently hard, but he's pretty slow. And he also has like a button that'll put up a shield. So he's a good support unit. The shinobi attacks very fast but can't take much damage. The witch can use like a lot of elemental and magical attacks for like big damage if you know like all the the spell combos. No, I didn't want to talk to you. But because you have to know button combos and everything, she's probably like the hardest one to use. That's who I normally use, but yeah, I feel that I'm not as good with her as I really should be if she's gonna be my primary person. See, another thing worth noting is it's up to like 4 players you can do for this, on this. No, I'm not. Ay. It's up to 4 players, but they scale at least the boss's HP. Quite possibly their attack power as well, which I don't much care for because it can, at times, if you're not like at the same level as who you're playing with, it'll seem like one person's holding them back because, now the person needs to, not only do what they typically do, but they also have to account for the damage that you might not be pulling because you're not, very good. Which, the guy that I normally play this with, he's better at the game than me, so I always feel like I'm holding him back, especially since I'm using the super complex character that, yeah, could be good if I were just better at the game. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting game. It's fun to play with other people, and the designs are like really cool. But it can be a little janky, and then there's the problems that I was mentioning with like multiplayer and everything. Another fun thing is if you're playing online and you get disconnected, it'll turn you to single player mode, but it won't scale back the HP like it should be. Oh shoot, I was distracted. My cat has come upstairs. So yeah, that like a bad connection will really screw you. But I'm not sure if this is there, sir. Yeah, I kind of imagine it's another peer-to-peer thing. Like most Nintendo Online stuff. Oh, I apparently finished. Okay. Well, that was fun. But yeah. Yeah, it's enjoyable enough. Sorry if anybody actually wanted to see the story. It's just like, wow, you did it. You saved the ship from the monsters. Like, it's not the deepest story, but, you know. Yeah. Apparently people do play it. Yeah, my friend was telling me that there was a way, you know, like there was a Discord or something like that where you found people and then you could team up online. I probably don't need to explain how Discord works. You probably understand it better than I do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using that button before I forget that I have it again. Yeah. Empress seems the easiest one to play. And she is like the one that's front and center on the box, so I imagine she's supposed to be the main character if there is supposed to be such a thing in this. But yeah. Ay. Ay. So, in just life news, has anybody ever been to the vet and it felt like they were going to a mechanic instead? My cat, yeah, I have two cats. The older one was having issues. She was coughing and she also seemed kind of constipated. So I broke quarantine the other day to take her to the vet because I was worried, right? And when I went there, they, you know, like, they wanted to run a bunch of tests and everything, and, like, it ended up costing me a lot more than I wanted to pay. Which, you know, it's kind of vague, I know. But, yeah, I don't really want to get into finances too much. But, yeah, it was just weird to me because it was like, you know, like, at first they're like, oh, we want to do x-rays, and, you know, like, I was taking her and expecting them to be like, oh, well, she's constipated or something like that. And, like, what it turned out was when they took the x-rays, they found out that she had... Well, it looks like she has asthma, right? So, okay, let me... Nope. I am... yeah. I have a horrible time with the grapple with the joysticks. I don't know if it's because my Joy-Cons are busted or what, but anyway, as I was saying though, yeah, so yeah, they just kept on like tacking on more and more stuff, right? They like, you know, like first they're like this, oh yeah, we gotta do, you know, we want to do x-rays and blood work, and I'm thinking she just had like blood work less than like, you know, a month ago when I got her from the SPCA. Well, probably about a month, but, you know. And then they, you know, then they went into, oh, well, we'll also do a fecal sample, which when she had her first appointment, like around a month ago, they did a fecal sample then, so I can't imagine much is going to change with her poop. And then when they determined that she may or may not have asthma, they also added on some medication. So yeah, it just kept on like escalating and escalating. And it's one of those things that, like I said, it's kind of like when you take it into a mechanic, you go in and they're like, okay, you have a busted tire. We can fix that. Oh, but while you're here, we also have brakes. Oh, well, while we're looking at the brakes, we also need to replace an axle or something. And you don't know, so you just kind of go for it. Well, you just kind of have to take their word for it. But at the same time, the other thing is, like, if a mechanic gives you some crap advice like that, you can always just take your chances and say, well, I mean, I was thinking of getting a new car anyway, or it's been running fine other than the, initial problems so far. I'm not gonna get, whatever upgrade. But in the, instance of my cat, I'm not gonna skimp and then find her dead like a day or so later. No. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm a sucker or what. But yeah, that is what happened to me yesterday. Was it interesting? I certainly hope so. But yeah, I feel like the vet office took me for a ride. And like I said, it was asthma. When I initially looked up about the coughing, asthma was one of the things that was suggested, so I was kind of wondering about it myself. So like a random internet article, came to the same conclusion or, suggested one of those things, whereas it took the doctors a fair bit of cash to figure that out themselves. So I don't know, I guess I'm just bitter. Although one other funny thing, that happened because of that was later that day I was watching YouTube, and one of the ads was, are you tired of paying too much for vet bills? And I was like, whoa, what the heck? I called my mom about this. Is my phone and Google spying on me? And I'm thinking that, and then I remembered that, oh yeah, I had to give her liquid medicine, so I looked up a video about liquid medicine, so chances are, YouTube just remembered that in my search history, and shoot. Determined that that was a relevant thing because of that. Oh, I thought he was going to do the other attack. Okay. Yeah, okay. But yeah. Oh, the context, yeah, this is an optional fight, and the context is this guy's bored and racist, so he wants to kill me. Because I'm a dragon person. A dragon cyborg lady person. That's what I am. This'll get me down quicker. But yeah. I don't know. Whole thing has demonstrated that I am very, very, very not aware, not the greatest at taking care of cats. Or at least not as experienced as I like. I guess I should say that. But yeah, I have a dickens of a time getting them to take any medication. Although, yeah, that was the other thing that kinda, let's say annoyed me. I looked up a video for how to give cat, a liquid medication. And I watched the video, and it's two two veterinarians with what I'm guessing is probably a trained cat, right? And, the two of them together were able to get her to take her medicine and all that. I tried the same technique. I'm one guy with a cat that hasn't been, trained by a professional all her life, trying to do the same thing. And what really bugs me was I was thinking about it. It was such an ordeal. It took me a half hour to get her to take her stinking, medication. And, now she's really wary of me. She won't let me pick her up anymore or anything. And yeah, it was very unpleasant for both of us, right? And then I look it up, I'm like, can I put liquid medication in food? And Google's just yeah! That's a great idea! It's actually recommended you do it that way. That's the easiest way to do it. Do it this way, and this way with food. And I'm just thinking, are you frickin' serious? Why was that not the first search result when I looked it up on YouTube? You fail me, YouTube and professional veterinary people. on the internet. I'm gonna put it into my arm muscles. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm having cat troubles, I guess is what I'm saying. If anybody has any advice for me, just leave it in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Join us next time for another random Switch game. Oh, and this is what it looks like when you get transformed into your draconic, cybernetic abomination self. Little unpleasant.